Hey, this is Mike for the morning market update. It is Tuesday, April 13th, and we can see right now that the indexes are pretty much flat right now. Take a look at the S&P 500, a little bit positive, but let's call it flat right now. You see that since April, S&P 500 has been doing well, so I think it's okay if it takes a little bit of a rest today. Would not surprise me if we don't get much action today. There seems to be action in other parts of the investing world, so we may just see a little bit flat action in the S&P 500. Go ahead and take a look at the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is also pretty much flat as well. It's a little lower, but I'm calling it flat for the moment. You can see the Nasdaq has performed really well, pretty much leading the indexes since the beginning of April. I think that trend's going to continue. I think um, the big tech stocks are going to do really well. Your Amazons, Teslas, Apples, they're going to continue to do really well. Then you look over at the small caps. Small caps have been kind of lagging. In the pre-market, we do see the Russell is a little bit positive right now, up 0.1%. But if you look over the past month here, even though the small caps are positive for the month, it has underperformed compared to the S&P and the Nasdaq. I think that will continue. I really think that um, the small caps are not the place to be if you want to do any short-term trades. If you want to get in long-term, I think this is a good opportunity, but I don't think we're going to see a lot of movement in the small caps really until November and December when we have the Santa Claus rally. Go ahead and take a look at gold right now. Gold is down 0.2%, which is actually a pretty good sign. That's going to be helpful for equities. However, I do think when we get the rotation in May from equities over into commodities and bonds, that gold will begin to see some performance. Look over the past 6 months, gold has been trading in a range and then start moving downward. However, I do think that this trend will reverse during the summer when equities become less attractive. Oil is also up. It's up about 0.5%. Oil has been doing really well. Take a look at the chart over here. It's the seasonally strong time for oil. Oil does really well February, March, April, and May. Look over the past 6 months. Actually, the trend for oil really started in November, but this is the seasonally strong time here. It's in February. You see, it's taken off. It's trading in a range, but I do expect oil to really take off during the month of May when people begin to rotate out of equities and go into commodities and bonds. So definitely keep your eye on the oil market. If you want to get in now for a trade that's about, maybe a 6-week trade, now would be a pretty good place to enter it. But the real fireworks right now is really in the cryptocurrencies, in particular Bitcoin finally broke through its previous high of 61.8, and look at it right now, it's ready to break through to 63,000. So there's a lot of things at play here. You have the Coinbase direct offering tomorrow. I also think that April is traditionally the strong time for Bitcoin. However, I do think that the strong time is going to be in May. I think what happens in the past, March is the weak time and April is the strong time, but we have tax season has moved back 1 month. So I do think that even though we're breaking 2 new highs, the real explosions is going to be in May. And in fact, I think in May it would not surprise me if we see Bitcoin hit 100,000. I think right now we're probably headed to a short-term high of 68, and maybe we pull back into 60, settle for a while, do nothing, and then in May, I think the real fireworks in Bitcoin begin. So I definitely will keep an eye on that. But overall, I think it's going to be a quiet day for the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, and the small caps. Not much news going on. But that's actually good. After the nice big rise that we've had in these indexes, it's good to just to have a little rest. It's a lot better than having some sort of correction. So I will have more updates throughout the day, and go ahead and check them out. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like and go ahead and subscribe and turn on notifications. I do multiple daily updates on stock trading strategies and market updates. Thanks a lot. Bye.